Welcome to Star Chat, the podcast that explores the wonders of the universe and brings you the latest news from the world of astronomy. I'm your host, Carl, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this journey to the cosmos. Today, we're going to talk about a fascinating discovery that's got astronomers buzzing with excitement. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing not just stars and galaxies, but strange glowing rings of light that seem to link together in space. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, it's not. Citizen scientists have discovered a distant galaxy surrounded by two giant intersecting rings of radiolight, each about 300,000 light-years wide. These mysterious structures are known as odd radio circles, or ORCs for short. They were only found 6 years ago, and their origin is still a mystery. Some scientists think they might be shock waves from merging black holes or galaxies, while others believe they could be created by powerful winds blowing out of certain galaxies. The newly reported ORC, named RAD-J 13446.9 for 50320, is the most distant and powerful ever found. It sits so far away in space that we see it as it was when the universe was just half its current age of 13.8 billion years. What makes it even more extraordinary is that it's composed of two overlapping circles, a double-ring phenomenon seen only once before. As Ananda Hota, the founder of the Radhome Astronomy Collaboratory Program, said, "ORCs are among the most bizarre and beautiful cosmic structures we've ever seen, and they may hold vital clues about how galaxies and black holes co-evolve." Hand in hand, the discovery was made possible by volunteers using their own eyes to scan deep space maps, searching for unusual patterns that computers may have missed. The implications of this discovery are profound. It suggests that galaxies can shape their surroundings in more ways than we expected, creating complex structures that defy our current understanding of the universe. As Pratik Dahade, a co-author from the National Center for Nuclear Research in Poland, said, "ORCs and radio rings are not isolated curiosities. They are part of a broader family of exotic plasma structures shaped by black hole jets, winds, and their environments. As we continue to explore the universe, we're reminded that there's still so much we don't know." The discovery of ORCs is a testament to the power of citizen science and the importance of continued exploration and research. We'll be right back with more fascinating space news on Star Chat. Welcome back to Star Chat. We're diving into the world of space exploration and discovery. I'm your host, Carl, and we've got a fascinating story to share with you today. You might have heard that NASA recently introduced its new class of astronaut candidates, and we're excited to delve into the details. The 2025 astronaut class includes 10 talented individuals from diverse backgrounds, ranging from geologists to test pilots. What's interesting is that this group will undergo a rigorous 2-year training program at NASA's Johnson Space Center, preparing them for future space missions. As we take a closer look at the new recruits, we notice that there's a notable lack of information about their racial and ethnic backgrounds. In fact, a NASA spokesperson mentioned that they don't have information on the racial identities of the new astronaut trainees, apart from one candidate whose father is of Japanese heritage. This raises some questions about diversity and representation within the astronaut corps. Now, you might be wondering why this matters. Well, having a diverse group of astronauts can inspire people from all walks of life to pursue careers in STEM fields. As NASA astronaut Victor Glover participates in an Artemis II training exercise, it's clear that the agency is making progress in representing different communities. However, there's still more work to be done. The new class includes some impressive individuals, such as Lauren Edgar, a geologist who spent over 17 years supporting NASA's Mars rovers, and Anna Menon, who's already traveled to space on SpaceX's Polaris Dawn mission. These talented men and women will train for 2 years before becoming eligible to fly in space, learning everything from Russian language skills to space medicine. As we look ahead to future missions, it's exciting to think about the possibilities that these new astronauts will bring. With Artemis II on the horizon, we'll see a crew of talented individuals, including Victor Glover and Christina Hammock-Koch, embark on a 10-day journey into deep space. And who knows, maybe one day we'll see a more diverse group of astronauts walking on the moon or even Mars. That's all for this segment of Star Chat. We're exploring the latest developments in space exploration and the people who make it happen. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Star Chat. Welcome back to Star Chat. We've had an incredible conversation so far, exploring the wonders of the universe and all its secrets. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to share with you a fascinating story that's been making headlines in the space community. It appears that the U.S. Space Force has awarded new contracts to SpaceX and United Launch Alliance, ULA, for a series of launches totaling over $1.1 billion. The contracts include 5 missions for SpaceX, worth $714 million, with an average price tag of around $133 million per launch. ULA, on the other hand, will receive $428 million for 2 missions at a staggering $214 million per launch. What's interesting here is that ULA's prices have increased significantly over the past few years. Just a year ago, they were charging an average of $19 million per mission, whereas now it's nearly 50% more expensive. Meanwhile, SpaceX has managed to keep their prices relatively steady, thanks in part to their innovative reusable rocket technology. The Space Force has assigned some exciting missions to these launches, including classified payloads and a new GPS satellite. 4 out of the 5 launches awarded to SpaceX will utilize their powerful Falcon Heavy rocket, which is capable of carrying heavier payloads into space. As we look at the numbers, it's clear that the U.S. government is willing to pay a premium for access to space. With no insurance costs and priority scheduling, these launches come with a hefty price tag. However, it's worth noting that this investment will drive innovation and push the boundaries of what's possible in space exploration. That's all for today's Star Chat. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember to keep looking up at the stars.